Welcome to the Metaphysics Hour. I am your host, Rory Colgan. Thanks for tuning in. Today we are going to be covering Lil Nas X and J. Christ. What's interesting about this is that I come from a spiritual perspective, right? So when I do a music review, I'm looking at it as a minister of a Christian faith. And so I've heard a lot of, negativity about this song. And I was like, well, why not? Give it a try. Let's dive into it. And so this today might be a little bit different than a reaction because it's going to look at it from a spiritual perspective, not necessarily from a musical perspective, although I'll give you my music opinion. First and foremost, this is going to be from a spiritual perspective. So let's dive right in.
Yeah, bust down chain, that was 30 bins. Bust down wrist, that's my bust down 30-inch. Walk up in the club, popping shit like it was double mint. Looking for a 10, we only settle when it's settlements. Let them slide, yeah, that shit wasn't quiet, yeah.
Okay, so we can see this basically is not going to surprise anybody that's familiar with Christianity. There is a superficial element to this music. There is his chain that says sexy on it. So very much superficial, very much egoic. And it's an old biblical saying, but it says essentially pride comes before the fall. In Christianity, and especially the way I practice it, it's not a song of spiritual elevation, but that's to be expected almost from this type of artist, if you will. So as we look at this, it's not anything surprising. Is it sacrilegious? Not in my denomination, but in others I could see how it is, because it's taking these iconic images of what heaven looks like and sullying it, or creating a very egoic presentation, which at the very least in most people's minds would be distasteful or downright sacrilegious or blasphemous. But of course, it's good beat. It's a good sound to me. So let's listen to a little bit more of it.
Now I'm a ride, yeah. I'm finna take it high, yeah. Okay, let them slide, yeah. That shit wasn't quiet, yeah. Tell them come outside, baby. We ain't tryna hide. I'm brave. You know when I'm back, it's all for take. You know that I'm ready for everything. You know I play, it's all for K.
Okay, so again, we're seeing egoic movement here, where he's talking about how he's going to buy stuff only if it costs, I think, $30,000. So then showcasing more of a greed aspect, or again, my value comes from the external. So I don't know how this is yet to be a Christian music video, except for the fact that he's saying, okay, we're gonna shift it and we're gonna focus on different images, but the lyrics haven't shown anything that's Christian yet. And I know that's a complete shocker to everyone, but that's the truth. So far, minute 04 into the song, there hasn't been a single statement that sounds Christian or is backed up by Christian theology. Okay, so once again, what we're seeing here is essentially a superficiality to the music. What I like the chorus in terms of how it sounds, because he goes, is he about to hit him? Is he up to something only I know? Is he about to hit him with the high note? Is he about to give them something viral? Is he about to hit him with a high note, right? So what is the common theme of all of that? It sounds good, but what is it saying? The meaning of it is selfish. It's narcissistic. It's I. And what is Christ? Selfless, giving up his life, spending his time ministering to people, giving advice, giving the truth, giving the way. So again, obviously, if you're new to this type of music review, then maybe this is somewhat surprising. But for those of you that have followed me before, this song doesn't have a whole lot of wisdom in it. It doesn't have any wisdom in it. It's just the self-promotion of self and using iconic imagery of what we think of as Christianity. And so what he says here is that and I'll go back just a hair. He says, which way are we going? This way. So he's going from like, okay, are we going to talk about it from a demonic perspective, just in terms of its imagery, or are we going to do it from a Christian standpoint? And so he's just changing the pictures, right? It's still, you could call it demonic, but I don't think he's quote unquote demonic, because all beings are children of God, first and foremost. And that's very important in my theology and how I look at the world. But is there going to be truth in this? Can somebody follow this music and get to a higher state of elevation, to a higher state of consciousness, to a heavenly state? And the answer is no. Because again, which way are we going? Oh, this way. So he's just switching it around. But again, this is all window dressing. It's window dressing on the Titanic. It's not spiritually enlightened. But let's listen to a little bit more of Lil Nas X, J. Christ.
Which way that we going? This way. Took him to the telly and I told him it's a busy. Turn up, baby, we gon' have to check out at like 6A. Really, it's 8 but your Uber on a Wednesday. Back up out the gravesite. Bitch, I'm back like J. Christ. I'm finna get the gays hype. I'm finna take it yay hype. Back up out the gravesite. Bitch, I'm back like J. Christ. I'm finna take it. I'm finna take it yay hype. I'm out, I'm brave.
Shocking, right? No, this isn't shocking. This just is a pop song that's about self-promotion. It's got a nice beat, especially I really like the chorus. But in terms of substance, of terms of value, of terms of giving you inspiration, you would have to create that inspiration from a pure space within yourself. The song itself isn't leading you to it. It's leading you to vanity. It's leading you to selfishness. It's leading you to pride. It's theoretically blasphemous or just distasteful in terms of the props, but that's just an artistic expression. I don't take offense by people's self-expression, but I look to the content of their character. I look to what are they actually expressing in order to figure out if this is something that I can use for inspiration or something that I can just use while I'm doing a workout. I'm not a purist in the sense that I don't entertain or listen to music that doesn't come from people that I think are enlightened or full of love or truth. I watch movies all the time with people that I think have bad ideas about how the world should operate. I listen to music often that the music, the lyrics themselves are never things that I would take as advice. If I want advice, I'll pick up the Bhagavad Gita. If I want advice, I'll pick up the Bible. If I want advice, I'll pick up the Tao Te Ching, the Dhammapada. I'll read one of my books. Those things have good advice in it. This song is just self-promotion. It sounds catchy, and so therefore, it's a pop song. But does it have spiritual value? My answer is no. You can listen to more of the song. Of course, you can listen to the original song, but this is the end of Lil Nas X, J. Christ, a review and a look at from a spiritual minister. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment below what your thoughts are, what your issues were with the song, or what you liked about the song. Tell me where I went right, where I went wrong for you, and give me another song that you want me to review. God bless. Namaste.